Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Severance. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Angela and today we are starting the series Severance. A show I know absolutely almost nothing about. The one thing I think I do know is Ben Stiller is somehow involved. I don't think he's acting in it. He might be a writer or a producer of some sort. I don't know any of the actors that are in it. I don't know anything about the storyline. My guess would be it's about getting fired or receiving a severance. I don't know if this is a drama. I don't know if this is a comedy. I don't know if it's a dramedy. I don't know anything about this. I know a couple things. People on Patreon who watch The Expanse were very excited for me to watch this show. I don't think this takes place in space, so I don't know what they have in common. So that must be good writing, good directing, good acting. Great. I'm here for it. I do know that my editor also said that it was one of his top 5 shows in 2022, which excites me because generally he's got pretty good taste. And then my coworker and good friend said that she has watched episode 1 5 times. I don't know why. What I know from her is that she doesn't connect to characters or storylines, so maybe she was having a hard time connecting, but she was also told that she needed to watch the series, so she's trying. I'm trying. I'm going to get my boss to try. So we're all going to just go on this journey together. So if you know my channel, you know that when I start a series, my commentaries are a little bit smaller. My wrap-up will be longer than the opening here, and then eventually those get longer and longer. They end cap, and they start getting bigger and bigger and bigger because I love to talk. I love to break things down. And if it's really good, that's when you know you get one hell of an opening and one hell of a closing. So hopefully my editor's up for the job. So I'm eager to get into this. I'm eager to see what this is about and what everybody is excited about and why they're like, oh my gosh, you have to watch it. So let's not delay any further and let's get into it.
Who are you?
Oh, it scared me. What is this shot? Is she okay?
Who are you?
Okay. She's not dead. Was she napping? On a boardroom table? I already love the way this is filmed.
Hi there. You on the table? I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey.
Who is that?
Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Oh,
Who's speaking?
yeah, who's speaking? I wouldn't answer any questions till I know who's talking to me. Was she drugged? I thought she was just napping.
Let me out!
Oh, what is going on?
What do I get at the end?
Freedom, please say freedom.
Depends on your answers.
What?
Who are you?
That's the first question?
First name will do.
What's your name? Do you know your name?
I don't...
It's okay. If you can't answer the question, feel free to say unknown.
How does she not know her name?
Fuck.
First that comes to mind.
I don't know. Delaware. What is this?
Delaware. Question 4. What is Mr. Egan's favorite breakfast?
Who's Mr.
That one
Egan?
makes no sense.
That's a perfect score.
It is? Okay, the fact that he was casted in shadow is fantastic. You okay? Is he upset about the woman? It's not like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or something, is it? She didn't, like, forget him, right? Do you hate your job, Mark? And I'm still, like, thinking about the perfect score. Like, why was it the perfect score that she couldn't remember anything? Ugh. Office Space is what that's making me think of. But not knowing anything was perfect. Does that mean like a drug she took erased her memory? Why is this called Severance? What's happening? Who's that? Severed access? I'm already loving the set. The palette, the lighting, the style of filming, everything is just glorious.
Mr. Scout. Hey, Judd.
Not that I think that it's anything, but I did notice a tissue in his hand. I thought that that was really weird that he had to change his entire outfit and take everything off. I don't know if that tissue's important. I think I'm just looking for things. Just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. A good jam, but like, what? Everything is very wonderful about this so far, even though I have no idea what's going on. Tissue. Is that important? When he's going through the elevator, does he remember who he is? Is he a different person right now? Oh my god, I don't even... This, like, one shot is amazing. That's why you had the tissue, and you didn't remember why you had a tissue. This shot is insane. What are we doing right now? Where are we going? He's walking to Delaware. That was a long fucking walk. Refinement. I couldn't read what that top word was. Maricoda? He's got a cubby? Like that? Oh my god, the set design is amazing. Mark S. Allentown?
PD better not be out for the day because I'm about 0 seconds from wrapping the Tumwater file and he needs to process it.
I think he's out.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
God damn it, Irv. We warned you.
About the greeting? You were kidding.
Okay, that guy was in the Spider-Man movies and Shang-Chi. He's the guy on the phone. And then the other guy, John, what's-his-face? I can't ever remember his name.
Yeah, and if he doesn't see me finish, I might get passed over for Refiner of the Quarter and miss out on my goddamn waffle party.
Grumble, grumble.
That's fucked, dude.
Yes, very fucked.
These numbers.
Good morning, macro data refinement.
Hi, Mr.
Macro
Milcheck.
data refinement. Milcheck. Okay. Log it, log it, log it. I have no idea what's happening. I feel like all of the stuff that they were just talking about had nothing to do with like what's going on, but like sub stories. So something about children, Lumwater. I already forgot the other guy's name that's not there today.
Oh, you look awful. You look hungover.
Oh,
Have a seat.
rough.
The board will be joining us remotely today. I have Mark S. at my desk.
Patricia Arquette looks so weird with gray hair, but I love it.
PD is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry?
Uh-oh.
I said PD is no longer with this company.
Was he given
I'm sorry,
severance?
Mark. You guys were one of my favorite office friendships.
Is it a television show? Is he getting promoted?
Mark S., at this time I confer upon you the freedom to serve Kier in the advanced role of Macrodata Refinement Department Chief.
Kier.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, buddy. You work for a creepy company.
Oh, a handshake is available upon request.
You robot?
Thank you. May I have a handshake?
What?
Oh, and thank you to the board as well.
The board didn't say anything.
The board won't be contributing to this meeting vocally.
I can see that. What did I just watch? Poor Petey.
She looks nice.
Okay, you're all set.
Interesting. Again, I cannot rave enough about the set design.
Well, there was a preamble, which I was supposed to read before the survey to lead into the questions, and
Owning his mistake,
but I
that's nice.
unfortunately skipped that, went straight into the survey.
Am I livestock?
I'm
What does that
sorry?
mean?
Did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
What?
Then what's my name?
Helly.
Helly?
Your name is Helly. Helly R.
Sounds like a fake name.
I can sense that the questions made you feel afraid or disoriented. Well, the good news is you're at an orientation. I understand you're confused about the severance procedure. Before we hop on that, let's chat about something I bet you have heard of, the work-life balance.
Wait, are they hiring
To
her?
start, imagine
To replace
yourself as
Petey?
a seesaw. Ow! Fuck! That lock's from out there!
Let me out!
God.
I'd be terrified too, but damn. But like, is she interviewing for Petey's position?
So a few years back, I woke up on this table in this room, and
Did you kill the voice?
no,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
no, that voice's name was Petey, and he became my best friend. So look, there is a life to be had here, Helly.
A life to be had?
What does that even mean?
I understand you don't feel it's working out for you here at Lumen, so let's get you out of here.
Nice script. Outta here.
Here's your stairwell, just past the bend.
You're not coming with me?
Oh, I'm not allowed to see.
Excuse me?
I just can't watch you leave.
It's a great shot. Her walking down the hallway and then him. Curious, gonna get you, girl? Curiosity.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Does it still say severed restriction thing at the top? It does. The hell?
Am I dead?
No.
This isn't like hell or something?
Eh, feels like it. Is her real name even Helly? Did they make that up for her?
Are you mad at me?
For the incompetence or the disobedience?
Well,
Yes!
Oh, okay. Well,
You know my mother was an atheist. The good news is, hell is just the product of a morbid human imagination. The bad news is, whatever humans can imagine, they can usually create.
oh, well. Comforting.
I don't know what that means.
Will everybody be able to hear her video? It's embarrassing. I guess. I don't know. Depends on what's on it.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat.
My name is Helly R. I give consent for my perceptual chronologies to be surgically split, separating my memories between my work life and my personal life. I will be unable to access outside recollections whilst on Lumen's severed basement floor, nor retain work memories upon my ascent. I am aware that this alteration is comprehensive and irreversible.
Holy shit.
I make these statements freely.
Like an actual severance. Wow.
So I'll never leave here.
This version of you.
But it won't feel like it, not to this version of you anyway.
Do I have a family?
You'll never know.
Here. You'll never
I
know.
have no choice.
Well, every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
Oh my. That explains him crying in his car earlier. He's probably going through something in his real life.
Hello.
Totoro, John Totoro. Ooh, it took me almost the entire episode to think of his last name. So he gets to leave at 5:25. Yeah, that is messed up. Is he gonna remember where he got the Band-Aid? Now, do they have to stagger their exits so they don't leave at the same time so they don't see each other leaving the building? And, like, become friends outside of this? That guy said that him and Petey were good friends at work. What if they became friends outside of work? God, the way this is filmed. So good. There's a note. Uh-oh.
Cross carrying boxes and room chairs slipped on an overhead projector slides glow to the temple.
It's definitely not his temple. It's his forehead. Is that like their, like, inside thing? Like, he goes there and then they, like, erase his memory or something? Here's your margarita, sir. Watch out.
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm excited to see who he is when he gets home. Does he have a wife? Does he have kids? Does he live with his mom? Does he live in someone's basement? Also, when does this take place? Because all those cars are old. So he doesn't have a life.
No, I know, Mrs. Selvig. It's just, it was in my space again. But that's how they do it, and with both yours, there's no room for...
Kind of got a drinking issue. He's gonna snap on his neighbor eventually.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you forget?
Oh, yeah, should.
That's okay.
What a reaction.
You actually owe me this.
Do I?
Yep. You remember that time when we were kids and I was just generally a way better sibling than you?
Oh, must have slipped my mind.
Also, I know we're nearing the anniversary, so I just thought maybe you'd want to be around people.
Nope.
Anniversary of what?
Well, enjoy.
I will, without you.
Sounds like a sibling relationship. That isn't Firehouse.
No one would have called it World War I, because World War II hadn't happened yet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's immediately what popped into my head.
Mark's
These
late
people are
life
supposed to
demo
be
was an
smart.
educator as well, Russian literature.
Oh, I love literature.
Oh, his wife died, not his parents.
Oh, so you know all the dirty secrets.
Not really. Well, Mark's work is
Yeah,
sensitive
they're
enough
probably
as to
locked
require
up there.
the severance procedure.
Are they supposed to know that?
Yeah, it's also, I think, something that's his choice to tell people or not, right?
Yeah, Rick.
So in effect, that version of you is trapped there.
Well,
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I mean, not
Actually,
trapped, but
what?
It doesn't leave.
No, I'm curious what were you going to say. But not trapped, but what? What were you going to say?
I like the smirk much better than the one at the...
the point is that Mark made a decision,
And that decision was controversial, ethically, socially, morally, scientifically. But, Mark, I stand behind you.
I definitely stand behind Mark.
Wow. Thank you. It's
I don't know if he needed that. I don't know if he needed to hear it. So people are aware of the procedure that he had, and it's controversial.
I'm proud of you for taking that job. I really am. I just feel like forgetting about her for 8 hours a day isn't the same thing as healing.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
You're definitely staying here tonight.
No, I'm not.
I'm making all the bed sheets myself, so I won't finish with the big one for some time.
Oh, Rickon's colleague told us that switching out the beds as the child grows can wound that child.
Irreparably.
Oh.
But if you provide said child with all of its beds upon birth, you allow it to progress across the room at its own rate.
I mean, I turned out fine.
I think people really enjoyed you tonight, Mark.
Good.
Let go of his foot. She's having a child with that man.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, my lady.
Like, I like Rickon, but he should not replicate. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah, somebody's there. Oh, that must be Petey? I feel like that had to be Petey. Go and see if there's tracks.
Hey.
Oh my god, all those windows. I die. I die.
There's a businessman in the yard last night.
Entry level or management?
Seriously.
There's seriously a man in my yard last night.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, go look for tracks.
He looked at me weird, like he knew me.
Oh, did the prowler invading my home make you feel seen?
So seen.
Speaking of which, you still smell like a distillery.
I'm sorry, I just had to drown out the memory of Mom and Dad switching out my beds when we were kids.
He's definitely not dealing with his wife's death, although going to work for 8 hours and forgetting about that portion of your life, I could see helping in the moment, but not long term.
Excuse me.
Hang up.
It's Petey. It's gotta be Petey.
Your voice is different here. Worse.
What does that mean?
Okay, who the fuck are you?
Petey.
It's Petey.
My name's Petey. I'm from work.
Everyone in my department is...
Severed. I was.
Was.
Okay, well,
Was.
severance is pretty permanent.
Yeah. Bypassing the implant wasn't easy. I had help.
Uh-huh.
What
Nothing
is...
down there is what they say. The things I know need to stay known.
Okay.
I'd prefer it be by a friend.
Bye, Petey.
So, we're friends?
I'm your best friend. You're my very good friend.
Happy birthday, niece.
Mark, sorry about the card. I had to grab something and I know it's not appropriate. Though I'm sure you'd be a really fucking awesome niece. I used to think it would take a monster to put someone in a place like that office. Especially if the person was himself. There's an address on the back of this card. Go alone, and you'll find the beginning of a very long answer.
Of course he's gonna go do it. Not this second, but he's going to.
Mark, is that you?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Selvig.
Oh, will you color me embarrassed for the mix-up with the bins?
Oh, no, it's no problem.
Oh, it's the boss.
You know my mother was a Catholic. She used to say it takes the saints 8 hours to bless a sleeping child.
Good night, Mrs. Sovic.
Mark, you're good people.
Does she know who he is? I would imagine yes. Directed by Ben Stiller. Wow, great job! Oh! Adam Scott, that's who that is. John Turturro, okay. Christopher Walken. Who the fuck does Christopher Walken play? It might be one of those things that they have to put people in the cast like thing, even though they haven't appeared yet, which I don't know if that's a spoiler, but now I can imagine somebody that Christopher Walken would play in this is incredibly creepy. Okay, so welcome to Severance. Not what I thought it was at all. I was like, oh, it's because Petey quit. Then he got a severance package. Oh, no. That is a procedure. That most people know about. It seems like a lot of people know about, and a lot of people disagree about. I think the purpose of why Mark did it is not really the reason why you would want to do it. He's trying to forget about somebody that he lost, that he loved. I don't know what the other characters' reasons are, why Irv and I want to call him Jerry, even though that's probably not his name. I don't know. The guy that's like doing the play-by-play in Shang-Chi. He's also in Spider-Man. I that's the only thing I know him from. I'm sure he's in plenty of other stuff. That's what I recognize him from. Very recognizable voice. But of course, I wonder what their outside lives and their outside stories are, because obviously Petey wanted to get out. He wanted to remove the implant and he wanted to be unsevered. And then he tried several times to leave. That's upsetting. I think that they probably prey on people who kind of have, I don't want to say shitty lives, or lives where like they don't have really a lot of people that would miss them. Or that because the main thing is if they're really lonely and they're going through things and they're dealing with things, they're going to have a little bit more control over that. And those people are probably searching for something like Severance. With Hilly, like that was a great way to start the episode, is not knowing what's going on. You have kind of like this very aesthetic setup. Everything is very symmetrical and clean and sterile. And I'm guessing that it takes place in like the 70s. That's at least what I'm getting from like the clothes, the cars. Obviously no cell phones, the computers. I thought maybe it was just to like make them feel like they were like in a different place. But definitely it feels like it's taking place kind of in the 70s. But I thought it was really interesting that he had walked out of the locker room with his tissue in his hand, and that the guard was scanning him and I could still see the tissue. And I was like, I don't know why that's important. And not that it really is important, but definitely Mark finding it after he's gone through the elevator and he's in the thing where he's resevered every time. I don't know. The implant is probably triggered when he goes through that. But that he didn't know where this tissue came from. And then he still had sniffles. And that Petey had sniffles. And then you see Petey at the diner and he still has sniffles. I don't know if the sniffles, like, I don't know where the implants are placed. Like, do they go up your nose? Is that where it is? Is that why he had the sniffles? Is because, like, something was going on with the implant? Or did he really just pass his germs onto Mark? And, like, that's kind of, like, the giveaway that, like, they, like, spent a lot of time together in the office. Wow. The hallway scene, directed by Ben Stiller, just bravo. That whole thing of them just, like, walking around. And like when he is walking Hilly out, I was like, it'd be really interesting if like he thought the way he's supposed to walk is like this zigzag jiggy jig, like circular, whatever. And he's just like walking up and down like all of the corridors. And like that's just what he's been trained to do. I just thought that was really interesting. But what a great one shot of that. Like I was just like, oh, it's going to end soon. Nope, keep going. Okay. Okay, now it's going to end soon. Nope, just going around the corner. Okay, he's going to do, nope, still going. Like, phenomenal. And the fact that he almost hit Hilly means that he's going to remember her outside of work. I don't know if they're going to run into each other again. If they're going to be like at the grocery store and he'll be like, hey, we work at the same place. I almost hit you. And kind of you have like a bond there, and then realize that maybe they work in the same department. And I don't know. He's got this address that he has to go to that he got from PD to find out what they're actually doing there. And I would love to know what they're actually doing there, because I did not get any information when they were moving everything on the screens. Like they were talking about Waterlum. I saw like a card catalog flipping through and there were some names on it. And like the numbers, and they were gathering it and putting it into boxes. Like, I don't know what any of it means. Oh, I love when I'm like confused yet intrigued. Like, I want more information. And I feel like all of that made way more sense than like the no food dinner and the conversation that they were having. I was like, these people are stupid. These people are stupid. Oh my God, I hate every single one of them. And then, of course, like Rickon, like, pretty much like a coming out party that, Mark has been severed. Definitely the sister getting defensive about that. I love that. I love that for him. She's a good sister, really good sister. I like that. I like their dynamic. I like their humor together. It's awesome. Like I said, I like Rickon. I don't think he should have any spawn necessarily. I don't know. Less Rickons, more Marks, I guess. But then the boss, Mrs. Selvig, living right next door to Mark. And I was like, well, maybe she's been severed and she doesn't remember when she leaves. But the look in her face and how like all the muscles kind of dropped after Mark walked in makes me think that she does know. And that she's there to keep an eye on him. And why? Like, what are they doing that is like so secretive that they have to like be so careful? And then obviously I was thinking about Hilly and going through the door and like obviously they don't let you leave. Like they give you the choice, but they don't actually let you leave. And then they tire you out. They tire you out by asking you the questions over and over again. They tire you out by letting you go in and out the door, in and out the door, in and out the door. And the implant is fucking with you the entire time. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Like I said, lighting, set design, just the wardrobes, just like him changing clothes, going from regular life into work life. You could see he was kind of schlubby. He was just like a normal guy going to a job that maybe he doesn't love. Him crying in his car, I was like, well, maybe it's because he doesn't want to go to work, or maybe it's because this or that. I mean, obviously he misses his wife. Obviously, he's struggling with it. He's not seeing his shrink like he's supposed to. His sister asked about that. Maybe Christopher Walken plays a shrink. Not who I would want to go see and divulge my deepest, darkest secrets to. But I think it'd be really interesting to see him go to a therapist. But I would think that the therapist would also work for Lumen, so maybe it's not a great idea. Like he goes and it's like the one guy, was it Milchek? Whatever his name is. It's like, that's his therapist. He said thin, mustached man or something like that. I tried to pay attention to as many details as I possibly could. Obviously, Pips is probably the place that like they always give gift cards to, and they're able to keep an eye on people when they go there. I'm sure Petey knew that, and that's why he said that they're probably coming to get him. And then that car pulls up. I don't know. I don't know what they would have done. Abduct him, bring him back, put him back into the workforce. Like they've already replaced him, so obviously they'd probably want to kill him. Huh. Interesting fucking concept. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it going in. And even what I thought I knew, I was like, oh, it's probably about a Severance package. I took my definition of Severance and projected it into the show when like Severance actually has a very cut and dry meaning, to bifurcate, to separate. That's all that means. I was thinking Severance package. Idiot. Anyway, so if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as full-length reactions to other shows that I'm watching. Like I said, The Expanse, House of the Dragon, Vox Machina, Movies will be on there. Glass Onion, John Wick 3, Wakanda Forever. You will find that all over on my Patreon. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. What did you think of the first episode when you watched it? Because there's so many things visually that like just was like grasping at my attention, and it's so clean and sterile and symmetrical, and just everything about it is in that level, the Severance level, is just. That's probably why those guys on the stairs looked at him when he walked down the stairs and then walked towards that hallway. They were like, "Uh-oh, it's that guy or a guy that's going over there." Like, that must be a interesting spot in the building. But yeah, I mean, like, Ben Stiller did a killer job directing this episode. Like, everything, cinematography, like, just a lot of the camera work, like, through the drawer, like, with his face, the above shots. Like, there was just so many things that were just, like, visually yummy. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I cannot wait for more. I'm sure more shit will hit the fan. And I mean, it's not that I even hate Rickon, but more Rickon, I think, lightens a lot of the heaviness that you get from the actual Lumen Severance floor. So I look forward to more of that. Oh wow. And of course, Mark at home with Miss Selvig next door. Okay, a great show. I am so glad. Just from one episode, I can already tell that I am intrigued and I'm locked in, and I think I'm gonna like it. I hope by the end of it, I'm like, wow, I love this. I'm sure I will be, because if it's anything like this episode and it just, expands further, I think that I'm going to be very, very pleased. But in the meantime, everyone, I'll see ya. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I've been severed. You never know. Bye.